You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Here we go! Ripping my shirt off, flexing my guns. Yeah! Yo, welcome back to the show. Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. Good morning, Powers.
Good morning, Beef.
And good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Got a great show lined up for you today, as I promise you each and every day. Sometimes I under-deliver. Today, I plan to over-deliver. Knock it out the park. I was playing a baseball game yesterday. That's why I'm starting off with my baseball references. Even though 'tis the season for the Super Bowl, we'll give you some breakdowns about that, like what you eat. Will it make you a Rams fan or a Bengals fan? I'll ask that question for Powers later. We do have tickets to give away for Ghosts and Volbeat. I'll let you know at 7 o'clock how you're going to win those. And, of course, we got the greatest new music from a while back that we're going to play for you all morning long. You know, I'm starting off a little
Salty?
a little salty.
Okay.
And that's because, you know, my daughter she's a student in the Tucson Unified School District, right? And the other day when I went to go pick her up, there were parents out, or, you know, organizers passing out these huge papers and pamphlets talking about massive budget cuts coming to this district and another district. $1.2 billion in budget cuts, actually. Yeah. And it's brutal because obviously TUSD is more of a poor district, you know, when it comes to the average income, family income. So they always go for these districts first and take away everything. And it might be a point where the school districts don't have enough money to stay open. So they might have to close down some of these schools early, is what I'm hearing. And there's a piece on it on KOLD that I was just reading, you know, talking about the Arizona Superintendent Kathy Hoffman, as she's been urging lawmakers to lift the school spending cap as public schools are facing this deficit. Now, what's strange about this is, if you remember the last election cycle, everyone went out and voted, you know, it was a big election year. One of the big props on there during that presidential election was Prop 208. Mm-hmm. Prop 208 was a bill that said for people who earn a high income to spend a little bit more in taxes to help pay for public school.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And what happened?
Well, you know, actually, I know several people that fall in that category where they could qualify to spend higher taxes because they're fortunate enough to make a higher income.
Yeah.
They all voted yes on Prop 208. And Prop 208 passed. Tucson said, yeah, absolutely. If you make a certain amount of money over the threshold, pay a little bit more taxes, help our kids. Right? You know, a wise person once said, I believe the children are our future.
Yeah.
You got to teach them well. Let them lead the way. If you don't teach them well, you're not going to let them lead the way. They're not going to be able to lead the way. Let me, you know, ask your question with a question. What do you think is going to happen to a kid who had no resources, no opportunity growing up, and then you add in no education and no hope? What do you think is going to happen in the future with that kid?
I don't think that kid even has a future.
No, the kid has a future robbing and beating up your old ass.
Oh, man.
Yes, because that would be the only thing they know because they weren't taught differently. So it's important, more so in schools that have less hope and resources, to give them the resources to give these kids hope and say, yeah, you know what? You all got a raw deal to start off with. That's fair. It's acknowledged. Not everyone gets that silver spoon or that head start. A lot of us don't. But that doesn't mean it's over. If you work hard and do this, that, and the other thing, you follow your passions and you learn, then you could better your life. And you don't have to be in this position.
I'll tell you, if any recent history's told me anything, they're just going to head down a path and then join that Cobra Kai. We can't have that.
No, we don't have the Cobra Kai yet. See, they cut funding for Cobra Kai. I know. And Miyagi Dojo. Both of them. I know.
How are these kids supposed to tussle through their emotions?
No, these kids are learning karate on the street, man. And street karate is not good karate.
That's no good.
No. First off, they'll lose a lot of good battles when it comes to tournament play, but also it involves guns and knives.
Right.
Yeah. And then they start robbing again.
Yeah.
So that's what's important about this. So what do we do about this? At this point, I have no clue, to be honest with you. They're basically rallying the troops. And they've asked to take it to the judge. And it's very weird because it's certain lawmakers or politicians that are holding up a proposition that was passed by the public.
Okay.
That's the thing that's so frustrating about it. Be like, what's the big deal, bitch? We said yes, and you're saying no. How are you saying no? We said yes. I thought this is how democracy works. Group people get together, the population, and they vote on something like this.
Yes.
And then we pass it. And you say, well, hold on a second. There's no hold on. We counted it, said yes. It was overwhelming. It wasn't close. They weren't checking out Dominion machines for this. They were like, oh, yeah, no, this passed. No controversy whatsoever.
So what is the problem here then?
It's people in power abusing it and again victimizing under financially performing families in the Tucson community, and that's it's a story that is front page news kind of, but then gets buried. But it's sad. So if you're in the district or around the district, or you see people out there asking for petitions or anything that you need to do to kind of let your voice be heard to help them right the wrongs that are being attempted to be pushed on our community, then make sure you do so. I know I will. Yeah, and I just wanted to, get on my soapbox and spread that message real quick.
Yeah, well, that is super frustrating and definitely aggravating. Where's Arizona in the rankings usually? 46 in the nation, 45, 47. We can't really afford to be shutting it down.
According to a recent poll, we're actually 64th in the nation. The 64th, ranked from, the 50 states. Yeah. We're 64th. Ooh. Yeah. And the poll was done by kids that were taught by Arizona school districts.
That's how that happened.
That's why they effed it up so bad.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Ugh.
I know.
I'll tell you. Did they think Fortnite is a state?
So yes, that's how we start off today. Rah, rah, rah. Well, I wanted to do my PSA for, our community to start things off. And then when we come back, I'm going to talk about a guy with a butt grenade. So, we keep things on brand here. Beef Vegan Presents. So let's get this show moving, and we'll get back with the butt grenade guy in Morning Moron. That's coming up after Greta Van Fleet. But first, let's start off with a little Rob Zombie to get you going this morning. Dragula on Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's Beef Vegan Presents. Let's go! Prop 208. We're twitching. So join us for our bitching on twitching. Okay, it's not that funny, but thank you.
It was almost good.
Thank you.
We'll work on it. We'll do it there.
Yeah.
We'll do it correct on the stream.
Yeah, we're working on it. So join us on the podcast broadcast. Here's System of a Down with Aerials on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear, and let's see if we are. Yes, we are live here. What's going on, guys? Thank you for my morning bitch fest. Open up the show talking about Prop 208. It's a big deal here locally, so hope people get behind it. Ask me how. I don't know. I don't know. I'm now in HD 2 720. Good morning, Melly. Good morning, Nick. Good morning, everybody. Anthony, what's up, everybody? Make sure you drop your comments here. Like I said in the tease, we have a lot to cover here on the podcast broadcast. Have you been watching the Tinder Swindler on Netflix?
No, what is the Tinder Swindler about?
Well, I'm asking the streamers, but I knew you weren't watching it because it's on Netflix. But it's a story. This is a crazy story. It's a story about a guy who essentially didn't catfish women. He was a good-looking guy, but he's kind of short. Pretended to be a billionaire's son. But the way you can't just you couldn't do this. You couldn't just go and say, no, I'm a billionaire's son. And then they see your outfit and they're like, nah, I don't believe it. This guy was flying on private jets. He had 100,000 people following him on Instagram. He had the lifestyle that would go along with this. And then he would match with people on Tinder, attractive ladies who were successful. He would court them. He would get them to fall in love with them after a month. He would, shag them. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden he's in a bind because people are after him and he needs some money. And this is how he would fund his lavish lifestyle, literally conning women all over Europe and, that part of the world and Israel and South America, all over the place, not in America. And, so that just came out. And when it came out, it put a lot of heat on the Tinder Swindler. And there's updates as far as what's happening to this guy in particular in real time. So this was one of those documentaries that came out about a guy who's still actively currently swindling.
Wow.
Yeah. And I've never used the word swindle so often. And it's a fun word to say, Powers.
I agree.
Yeah. So, the Tinder swindler getting swindled is going to be a topic that we're going to touch on around 9:15.
Okay.
And then coming up next, not so surprising study that talks about dating. And this is good. This is good news. Also, the world's oldest pub. Got bad news for that, but maybe end it with some good news. And I want to play a game. And I was hoping Hot Rock would join us. Unfortunately, Hot Rock's not able to join us on this Weeds Nest Day podcast. So maybe I'll get the Todd popping in. I want to play a game called Porn Star or Olympic Star, right? So I got a bunch of names, and nobody knows the Olympians who are performing. So if I ask like Powers and the Todd or somebody on the stream, if they can guess whether the name that I say is a porn star or an Olympic star, and see how well they do. I got about 12 names put together on a list. Yeah, luckily, a lot of those names I have the top of the head.
I was about to say, I'm sure which
and then
grouping.
I had to Google Olympians. Stars.
Yeah.
All right, let's get on the air. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to the podcast broadcast. We're live here all over the place. You know this. So let's talk about this. This is a good study. This is good news. If you get asked on a date by a woman, like if the woman makes the move and asks you on the date, you're almost guaranteed to get lucky that night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you know this?
Makes sense to me.
Why does it make sense to you?
If they're asking for something they want, that's something they really want.
Okay, yeah. Well, a new dating study found men are still a lot more likely to initiate the date. Obviously, it's tradition, it's standard, by asking a woman out. But they say when those roles are reversed, you are more likely to get lucky because researchers talked to 20,000 college students about the recent dates they went on and who initiated the date. I love these studies because it's where researchers who maybe not get lucky often get to ask a bunch of raunchy questions in the name of science.
They're like, don't leave out the details.
Exactly. It's almost like when they're asking these, they have to be typing questions because you cannot listen to the researcher's reaction to each answer, right? Oh, so did you go all the way with your date after you asked them out? I did actually. Yeah, very, very, very nice. So what did you do when you went all the way? Did you buy a ticket to go downtown? Oh, yeah, actually, I did buy a ticket to go down there. Oh, yeah, that's very nice.
Oh, my nice. God.
These are the researchers' powers. This is why they usually fill this out online. Okay, so they said they researched 20,000 college students and, who initiated the date and if there was any sexual contact, including kissing. And it turns out that dates are more likely to end up in the bedroom if the woman does the asking out. They looked at dates that involved kissing and heavy petting. They broke down all categories. And when a woman initiated the date, there was a 63% chance of it progressing to below the belt contact.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That heavy petting can lead to some things.
Yeah. And you keep this in mind. This goes beyond college, obviously, even if you're matching with somebody on a dating site and you say you go out on a date, whatever, just a meetup, a coffee, have a nice little conversation. Okay. Go about your business. And then if the girl reaches back out like, hey, you want to do something Friday night? She's saying, hey, me, do you want to do that? In a way, statistically, science says that's a fact and it's almost a guarantee. So, just keep that in mind. That means be ready. Shave where you need to shave, put on the aftershave, make sure it doesn't burn. Get some breath mints. Just be ready. It's game time, son. You're going to go into this. Don't go into it like, oh, she seems like the type of girl that's going to wait, blah, 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 blah. No, that doesn't exist anymore. She's asking you out. It's go time. So you got to put your game face on.
That's right. All these streamers, they love the dating advice. They love it. You can't get enough of that on Beef Vegan Presents.
Oh, yeah. I've been getting a lot of comments.
All these sweet dating tips.
Wow.
Hey, I'd take them.
It's not just for the streamers, Powers. There's a lot of single men out there.
Oh, so. I'm just saying. I'll just see the comments. That's what they said. It's Beef Vegan's the dating site. I'm like, yes, I think it's good advice.
We're starting it off that way. Well, that's compared to a 56% chance if a guy initiates the date. So it's not a huge difference, but it's still a difference. 89% of the dates are still initiated by men, though. So just keep that in mind.
I always say, as progressive as things get, guys usually still ask gals to dance. Like, that's just the way it is as we still go forward. So you got to suck it up, gents. If you want a date, don't be afraid. Ask her out, shoot your shot.
All right, yeah. I mean, you miss 100% of shots you don't take.
There you go.
All right, we're going to take this to the podcast broadcast, and on the podcast broadcast, we'll revisit our morning moron, the guy with the butt grenade. There's a mugshot that if you haven't seen it, you don't want to miss. Plus, when we return, we'll talk about the Tinder swindler getting swindled, and we'll just say the word swindle a bunch of times because that's super fun. It's all that more coming up on the podcast broadcast. Keep it right here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. Let me read these comments right now.
Nick is just killing himself.
Nick, you hating on me?
No, he's just putting his foot in his mouth like a fool. Again.
What's up, BDT?
There he
Big
is.
Daddy Tucson.
Big
Good morning,
Daddy.
Linda. These were fun stats and facts. I'm just trying to educate us a little bit. Well, either way, it doesn't matter. Let's get into this morning moron. This was a fun story of a guy who lost his ass in Vegas and then threatened with his ass to blow up the casino. I'll tell you more in this clip. Check it out. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Time for your morning moron. We've all been there. Have you ever been to the casino and lost your ass at the casino? You want to take out vengeance on said casino.
No.
You took all my money. I'm going to take this ashtray with me, and I'm going to take this glass door. I paid for this door. Well, there's a man in Las Vegas. His name's Brian Gower. He's 46 years old. He got arrested last week after he threatened to blow up a casino after things didn't go his way.
Can't do that these days.
Yeah.
It'll take you literally.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Especially when he was very specific on how he was going to do it. Now, he told security he was going to blow the place up, and they had about 15 minutes to evacuate the building. So they called the cops. Now, it's not clear if they evacuated the place, but no one was really in any danger. And it's Vegas, so they're like, nah, I'm pretty sure these people at the tables would rather die than leave the table. They're on a run right now.
Yeah.
So while police were talking to Brian, he kept rambling about his ex-wife and about Joe Rogan for some reason. Man, Joe Rogan can't get a break,
He
man.
can't get a break these days.
Oh, I can't wait for the next apology from Joe Rogan. I'm sorry that Brian Gowan listened to my show and got some ideas about blowing up casinos. That was just one episode. We were talking about both sides. We weren't saying anything. We're just asking questions about how to blow up casinos.
We're just asking questions.
With my casino demolition expert, who was my guest that day. But maybe I should have followed it up with the guest that was an expert on how not to blow up casinos. I'll think about that for the future.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's not about Joe Rogan. It's about Brian. Then he told him that he had a grenade in his backside. Yep, he had a butt grenade.
Wow.
And he wanted to pass gas. Yep, and blow up his ass. It's fantastic.
Wow.
Those good old butt grenades. It's like, oh, okay, so you had some Filibertos before you came to the casino. I understand. I pack a butt grenade at least once a week. I do some damage, too. Now, it turns out that he didn't have any actually explosives on him, but he did enjoy the cops finding out that he didn't.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, keep checking. It's in there somewhere, officer.
Yikes.
Elbow deep, please.
Oh.
Anyways, he also got arrested for making some sort of bomb threat last year. I guess it's his thing. You know, he likes to say that he was going to blow something up and then go straight for the butt grenade thing. Here's his mugshot that I'm showing in the live stream. He's happy about it.
He's giving it a thumbs up.
Yeah. This is the face of a guy who had got thoroughly searched for a butt grenade.
Oh, my goodness.
And Brian is our morning moron. We're going to hit the reset. Be right back with more Beef Vegan Presents right after this. Keep it right here. And that was this morning's morning moron.
Dang.
You see, I never seen a guy so happy to be arrested, right? To give a thumbs up. Where was the handcuffs, man?
Right.
This is a dangerous criminal who could blow everything up. I mean, I'm sure they didn't search him that deep. Right. He could have still had a grenade in there.
He could have reached in and gotten the pin.
Yeah. That thumbs up is a sign of a man who don't give a fuck. And that is legit. You know, I was looking at Twitter real quick to see what's trending. Dolly Parton's trending. So I immediately click on it because I want to make sure that Dolly Parton did not get, you know, the D card.
No, I know what it was. I saw that.
Yeah. So Dolly Parton's such a good person. She makes the Pope look like scum. And she basically announced that all the employees at Dollywood, every single one, including the part-time employees and seasonal employees from day one on the job, can receive full tuition, fees, books, and everything if they pursue a higher education. So she is encouraging anyone who works at Dollywood at all If they're an employee, they get a full ride. And this is huge. This is huge for every aspiring student in the area of Dollywood, which I think is in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just go there as a weekend employee and you get your tuition paid off. That's amazing. Books, the books alone.
Yeah, the books alone.
Dolly Parton.
You ever been over there? You ever seen that? You ever seen Dollywood? Been to Nashville area, all that stuff?
No, I mean, I've never been to Dollywood, but I've seen pictures.
Tennessee is gorgeous and awesome.
Yes, I do know that. I want to go to Bonnaroo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a life goal.
Hey, one of these years, it's awesome. It's worth the trip. It really, really is worth trip.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, now you're just bragging. And so
no, I moved here. I'm not bragging. I moved here. I stopped on the way. It's just one of the better places that stuck out in a move across the country.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. Tennessee. I was very surprised.
Yeah. How was you surprised?
Hopping.
Yeah.
It was just so hopping, and obviously the music, it's just so alive. People were so super nice, and it really was. It was really lively is the way to put it. For sure.
No, Nashville is a destination that many people want to go to.
Yeah.
And that city just continues to explode. Every now and then I see a Nashville radio job. And, I wonder, I'm like, that does look appealing.
That's interesting.
It's usually country.
As I say, is it all country music? There's this one rock station located. It's very small.
No, they do have rock, obviously. Yeah. Jack White is headquarters there in Nashville. And so the Black Keys, a lot of, rock and roll musicians,
a lot of recording artists.
Record there. Tons,
Yep.
right? So Tennessee is just a mecca for music in general. You talk about what, Graceland?
Yep.
Memphis.
Yep. And if you ever again have the chance, do the tour, go visit Graceland. Elvis was the man. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
I got a tattoo. I TCB, baby. What you got to do, take care of business.
Okay.
That's from Graceland. That's what I did.
Yeah, so you went to Graceland,
and then
saw that,
and me and my buddy got matching TCB tattoos.
Okay, did you guys stop being friends after that? Because it's kind of a curse.
Now he's still I have his name tattooed on me. My friend,
he's your hero.
Yeah,
okay,
that's my buddy. What we came up with two together.
Oh, so you came up with the first two, and he's like, "How about I add another two to that?"
That's right.
All right.
Now he's the best guy. So funny. It's not weird. It's friendship. It's a little weird. You can try all you want. Try all you want, Pete.
All right, so Shelly said, I met Dolly Parton. She is so sweet and funny as hell. Yep. That's all the stories. I would be shocked if I ever come across a single story of a bad experience meeting Dolly Parton. Right? Even on her worst day. Goddamn angel. She is. It's amazing. It's someone to aspire to be like. Honestly, I am scum compared to Dolly Parton. I said the Pope is. I seriously, I got a one-way ticket to hell, not Dollywood, compared to her. Now, compared to other people, I'm a decent person.
I was going to say, are you sure?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Son of a bitch. Completely am. All right, so let's get into this. Yelling for no reason. I do need, is the Todd on the stream? I want somebody to play a game here with Powers.
I'll smoke them.
I don't know if you would. This is definitely not your forte. You don't know Olympic athletes for squat. And
Kurt Angle, he does a lot of squats. He's really good at them.
Yeah, right. So you don't know that for squat. And then I'm sure no one really knows porn star names anymore. The era of Jenna Jameson is long gone because of the internet and all the free porn. So you have all these amateur stars. And if you know these people's names, that says a lot about you.
A lot of people know Riley Reid. What are you talking about?
Riley Reid?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a terrible example. My daughter's name is Riley. Speaking of my daughter,
yeah,
she asked me yesterday if there's any scenario where it's okay to say the N-word without the hard R, because her friends, because she goes to Catalina, so she's like the only white girl amongst her friend group, and they all say it, and they gave her a pass. And I'm like, no, it's not. And it's cool that they gave you a pass. It's very nice. But obviously people outside that circle, they don't know that you're pass, and it's not a physical pass. If you could flash it like a badge, maybe it'd be a case, right? Yeah. And she's like, well, how come? They get to say it, and that's the one thing. That's the one benefit and advantage they have in this America.
Yeah.
Leave it be, right? And they'll respect you longer, or in the long run. They'll respect you more in the long run. And in hindsight, if you were still their friend without appropriating their culture, I get it. I've been in the same scenario. I used to be a rapper. I have tons of black friends and ran in crews. and was given said pass before as well. And it just something I never adopted, incorporated, especially regularly.
Yeah.
Right.
It's funny to watch her struggle with this stuff. Like, because she's super progressive and talks about that and puts you, on blast if you say the wrong thing with a she or a they and trying to be that. But then it's like, hey, am I allowed to say the N-word though? It's so interesting to watch them try to cobble together what it is now.
Yeah, I could just imagine a scenario where is she coming over, your friend? And my daughter responding, it's they, Anna.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like, that's terrible.
No. But, she's not like that. She doesn't speak with an accent or anything. And that was another thing that, I stressed. Like, it's, again, you don't need to incorporate like a black scent to fit in.
I was just going to
say,
be
yourself.
Because Aquafina, the black scent, right?
Right. Obviously, that she regrets that. And I mean, I still think she's getting a bad rap for that because that literally was the reason why she was getting hired for everything.
Yeah.
So they hired her as the Asian girl who does the black scent. So it was typecast in a way. And now, obviously there's blowback on it, but at the same time, blame the people that hired her, cast her, and wrote the roles for that particular person.
In a way, though, sorry, that's a person that exists. Like, I grew up in the Northeast. I had some Asian friends, and boy, they think they're gangsters. Like, that's just a person.
100%. 100%. And there are words that, people incorporate that, essentially get accented with the black scent that you're not necessarily, incorporating the entire black scent.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make it wrong by any means. But, my key point to my daughter was continue to just embrace yourself, be yourself. Don't feel pressure and trying to mimic something to be cool, because they'll think you're cooler if you just continue to be original and be yourself. Yeah. And, adopting a black scent, even with your surroundings, is not. That's just trying to be something else. So, that was our long talk. And then what I did was it was her and her little boyfriend, and I was in the car while we're having this discussion. And then I put on Tupac's I'd Rather Be an Nigga. And then we were bumping. And I'm like, don't sing along. You better not sing along.
That's the rule. You're not allowed to sing along.
Yeah. I could nod my head to it. And I'd rather be a pause. Don't say it. And bounce. that is me as a parent. 101 right there. Bam.
I think we should do a whole comedy sketch of you doing exactly being this and being that. Pause.
Mute.
And then back into
continue.
The beat.
Yes. It's like, what about karaoke? No in karaoke. Don't be that person. Right? Yeah. I mean, I've rapped karaoke. I just did Boys in the Hood at Old Father Inn. But I left out some words. I would substitute the N-word with brother. You could do that. It's 2 syllables. It's not phonetically, I mean, it is a fun word to say in context, right? But it's not your word to say.
Yeah.
That's, I can't say it. Slippery slope indeed, Anthony. Slippery slope indeed.
Yeah, I was say the quicker we get out of this situation, I think at this point, let's go.
No. I'm not upset by it. I'm just being 100% honest. And I think this is modern day parenting, especially in the
that's smart,
neighborhood
obviously.
That my daughter's growing up with, which is great. As the school itself is kind of shot, lack of resources, but the education that she's getting culturally of all the different families, backgrounds is priceless, I think.
Sure.
All right. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Let's talk about this Tinder swindler. Now, the only thing that frustrates me, not the only thing, I should stop right there, Powers, because there's many things that frustrate me. Sometimes when I'm talking to you and Rico, you guys you're not couch potatoes like me. You're not watching the same things that everyone else is watching. This Tinder swindler has been trending on Netflix for over a week, like the number one thing that people are watching. It's a documentary movie. It talks about this guy who pretends to be a billionaire and then swindles money out of attractive women. This is the different take on the classic tale of catfishing, because usually what it is, it's like, someone like a guy falling in love with someone he believes is a beautiful woman, and it turns out to be either like a heavy set guy in his basement or someone who's not who they represent to be. This guy did look like his pictures. This guy was living a lifestyle that he was portraying, which was that of a billionaire's son. meaning that he has pictures of him with fancy cars, with like on private jets, being in the hottest places in the world, on beaches, not superimposed, 100% legit. So when these girls would match with him, initially, the first thing they would do is they go to Google to look this guy up. This guy was so smart, he had a Google backstory. So there was websites and even news links saying he was this billionaire diamond trader's son. And then they would match and start talking, and he would start dropping the voice notes, and then he would go to FaceTime. Hey, it's me. This is me. This is who I am. This is the guy that you see on Instagram with over 100,000 followers. And if you have a blue check by you on Instagram, like right off the bat, you're in. You know, that's very appealing to women nowadays.
He's got a blue check for what? Being what?
He was officially this guy. So he tricked he tricked Instagram into thinking he was a billionaire's son as well.
Wow.
Because they look at all his pictures and his little tags of where he's at in the world, and they're like, yeah, that's legit. And then once you get a certain amount of people following, they're like, okay, yeah, this is the guy that you're following. So what would happen is he would start dating these women for about a month, and then that's when the con started. So it's a long con, if you will. You know, he would literally steal their hearts, make them feel in love, and then also do things that would show them that he was the person he claimed to be, meaning that he was rich. Then all of a sudden he'd be in a pickle, and he would just need some fast cash. Go get a quick loan, $30,000. Let me use your credit card. Yeah, you know I'm good for it, baby. I'm a billionaire. I'll pay you back. And he was able to swindle hundreds of thousands of dollars off of women. And this is while sleeping with them. I mean, this guy was devious.
That's something.
Yeah. The Tinder Swindler is his name. I'm showing pictures on the live stream if you haven't seen this guy. He looks nerdy in some, and these are some of his victims that I'm showing. Here's a picture of him in a private jet, looking all smooth. Rico Suave claimed to be a CEO of a company. And the Tinder Swindler is out there. I have a couple updates on this. One, some of the victims that were stars in the Tinder Swindler documentary that's on Netflix has started a GoFundMe page. They're looking to raise about $800,000 American to help them cover the losses they spent. So the question is, should they get the money back because they got duped? Because they are technically victims. You can't necessarily call them stupid because this guy's backstory was legit. I mean, they got conned by an expert con man.
True.
Yeah. So people are kind of outraged that they are asking for money and GoFundMe. They're like, hey, you're the ones that, slept with this guy and gave him all your money and took out loans. So you just kind of have to deal with it.
Like, what's the most money you think you could get conned out of? Now, not using reality where you got $4 in your wallet. Like, at what point is it suspicious? Let me give you $30,000? What in the world? I mean, I did give a Nigerian prince $500, but that's only because he said I would get $10,000 back. Yeah. That was how long ago?
No. The most I ever got conned out of was, I think, about $100, legitimately. And this was at a gas station buying crappy speakers. So I got full blown hustled. And immediately after, I felt shame and regret. Called my friend Pedro, who worked at a pawn shop, told me the deal that I did get screwed over. And yeah, I never felt more vulnerable, stupid in my life that these guys could come in and trick me and deceive me. But it is an art, and it can catch even people who feel like they're intelligent off guard.
Yeah.
But good news is, here's an update. There's no more swipes for the Tinder Swindler because the fraudster Simon Levy is banned from dating apps, including Match.com and Plenty of Fish, even though I don't think he'd get any money from anyone he matched with on Plenty of Fish, to be honest with you. So after the Netflix documentary revealed his $10 million fraud. So that's the beginning of the end. But the Tinder Swindler is still out there swindling. He just has to do it in more old-fashioned ways.
He's going to join Mary Kay and start selling Tupperware.
We'll find out. We're going to check out more pictures of the Tinder Swindler and his dates on the podcast broadcast stream. So join us there on the Facebook page. And when we come back, we'll talk about the world's oldest pub being shut down because of pandemic, but possibly some good news to follow it up. That and more coming up on Beef Vegan Presents. Stick around. Almost smooth in my transition, guys. Sometimes I trip over my tongue. It's a fat tongue. Yeah, let's see some more of these pictures.
Fat tongue?
Oh, it's the fattest tongue. You see my stomach? My stomach's like my tongue. Oh, you want to hear a story? If my girlfriend's watching this, I hope she is. I got poo shamed yesterday, Powers.
Who shamed?
Poo shamed.
What do you mean?
Oh, well, like we made dinner last night, had this great meal of this feta pasta that was trending or viral a little while ago. It's a go-to meal that we make. And then I got some chicken sausages, right? And I fried up the chicken sausages, pan fried them, while my girlfriend made the pasta. So we kind of made the dinner together. And we sat down and we ate dinner. And then I dropped my daughter's boyfriend off at his house, and I came back and I immediately had to go to the bathroom. And so when I went to the bathroom, it was explosive. It was one of those things. It was just the dinner ran right through me. And this happens from time to time, usually at restaurants. And that's when you know the restaurant's really not that clean. It's not necessarily food poisoning, but when it liquefies, something was off, right? And your body's like, nah, get out of here. So I went to the bathroom and I had that experience. And yeah, it was a little bit loud. My girlfriend was in the kitchen and she was cleaning. And she overheard my bathroom antics. And when I came out, she poo shamed me for it. She's like, you need to see a doctor. I mean, that sounded bad. And I'm like, well, I think it was something to dinner. It doesn't happen all the time. She's like, no, it happens enough. You need to go see a doctor. I'm like, you need to stop talking about my bathroom habits because I swear to God, that was dinner. Dinner just ran through me. It happens. And she's like, no. And she's kind of picking a fight. She's being a little randy. And so...
Like, why is she picking a fight over this?
Because I was too loud and it grossed her out. Like, I went in for a kiss and she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm disgusting now because I'm human.
Right?
Yeah.
As if she's not blasting out those things once in a while. Give me a break.
Right. Well, then fast forward like 15 minutes later, we're going to bed. And I go to lay down and she goes into the bathroom real quick. Next thing you know, I hear, and she goes, oh, maybe it was a dinner. And I was like, you fucking think? You think? Is it possible? Right? So she poo shames me only to instantly, like almost karmically, explode herself. I'm like, yes.
Can I tell you, your impersonation of that was so just perfect. Like a moment when you're like, ugh, what is that noise? You need to see a doctor. I'm like, oh, that's why I am single. I don't care.
Right,
but
right.
You need to see a doctor. I'm like, can I just take a shit?
Yeah,
How about leave me alone?
I do enjoy being in a relationship, but those moments where I'm like, wouldn't be bad to being single either. Don't threaten me with so I could poop in peace.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that's all anyone's ever really looking for in life is, can I just poop in peace? That's a good thing.
No, I know.
That's a big thing.
Absolutely. All right. I do need a contestant. I do need somebody to play against Powers here. So 600 KFMA is the phone number if you want to call in and do porn star or Olympic star. And I'm going to do this whole game in a shitty accent. Okay. I don't know why. I'm just inspired to talk like this.
You sound like, what's his name? Ted Lasso.
Ooh, yeah?
A little bit.
I need Apple Plus. I haven't seen the show yet.
I watched the first 2 episodes. It was all right. Like, is it so good? I don't know. Because all my friends that are comedians, they really jerk it around.
Paige, call in. Actually, Paige, I can get you on the video stream if you want. How about you email me, beefvegan@gmail.com. If you email me, beefvegan@gmail.com, I'll send you back an invite. Well, she's calling right now. All right, How
about you email me, beefvegan@.
All right, go ahead and mute it. I mean, you're on right now, Paige. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, you're not Paige. Who's this?
This is Big Daddy Tucson.
All right, Big Daddy Tucson. Nice. All right, good. We're going to play a little game, Big Daddy Tucson. You down with this?
Let's do it.
All right, cool. So porn star or Olympic athlete? Now, first, let me ask you, have you been watching the Olympics?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, now let me ask you, have you been watching pornography?
Follow-up question. Okay. So you're doomed, Powers, because he's watching both. And I know you only watch one religiously.
And there's only all those tabs are open, I know.
Yeah.
He's at home.
Well, the thing is, it's going to be very quick. In fact, actually, let me pull up this Tap Out thing. Tomorrow morning at 8:30, we're going to play Tap Out, which I'm very proud of. It's a game that I put together that involves different businesses around town. And tomorrow, we're going to have Tucson Games and Gadgets in studio with $100 in gift certificates. So 5 $20 gift certificates. And the game is a trivia game. It's pretty simple. Okay, so we're going to get a contestant. The first person who could answer the first question correctly is our contestant. So once they answer that first question correctly, they bank $20, right? They got a $20 gift certificate. Then I ask them another question. They get 5 seconds to answer that question or tap out. If they tap out before 5 seconds, they can collect the $20 gift certificate and then go on their way, right? But if they answer incorrectly or don't tap out without 5 seconds, they lose. The best thing about this game is the scavengers. So whoever the contestant is, whatever they don't win, then those gift certificates go to the next several callers, right? And I'll even let the loser pick out, what caller numbers. So say caller number 3, 5, and 7.
There you go.
Will get the next gift certificate. So it's a game that you could play and win, or you could just listen, root for the person to lose, and then scavenge and grab up the rest of the stuff. I even got a nice little intro. Let me play the intro.
The only game where you can quit and win. Think you have what it takes to last 5 rounds? Let's find out. Beef Vegan presents Tap Out.
Right, so we got that. We got a little UFC feel to it. And then we also have a countdown. I made a different 5-second counter, which I'm going to play when I ask these questions, just so Big Daddy Tucson, which I knew he wouldn't, but just in case, so he doesn't cheat, so he doesn't Google, right?
No Googling.
Yeah. So here's the tap out timer here, the 5 seconds. If it works. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
3, 2, 1, 0.
All right. So there we go. Do you hear all that, Big Daddy Tucson?
Got that.
Okay, excellent. Well, since you called in, I'm going to ask you this question first. All right. Porn star or Olympic star? The name is Sunny Leon.
Olympic star.
Olympic star. That is incorrect.
Yeah, come on. I would have said porn star all day.
Oh, you would have? All right.
Yes.
Now it's your turn, Powers.
Okay.
Okay. The name is Rico Roman.
Rico Roman. Porn star.
Porn star.
Yes.
You are incorrect.
What?
Yeah.
What does he do? The luge?
No, he's Olympic sled hockey.
Sled hockey.
I didn't even know that's a thing.
Yeah, no one did.
Yeah, Olympic sled hockey. All right, so back to you, Big Daddy Tucson. This is a slam dunk. This is the first point on the board. The name is Sasha Grey.
Porn star.
Porn star, absolutely,
I
absolutely.
know Sasha Grey.
Oh yeah, what is she known for, Powers?
Are we allowed to say those things?
Well, it is the stream.
I believe pornography and all types of it.
There's one thing in particular that she's
Oh, is
really
she? I
good
don't
at.
know what.
She is number 1 at taking it into number 2.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch those.
She was. She retired.
Okay.
But you would too if you worked your ass off that long.
Boom! Look at that. Give yourself a round of applause. Where's that button?
Stop. Okay, I'll give
Where-
myself a round of
Give yourself a round of
All right.
applause.
That's good. Okay.
Idiot.
Big Daddy. All right, back to Powers. Okay, here's your name. Porn star, Olympic star, Oksana Masters.
Oksana Masters. Oh my goodness. She's an Olympian.
That is correct. All right,
Boom.
tying up the game right here. It's 1-1.
Nice.
She's Olympian paraskiing.
Paraskiing?
Paraskiing. I don't know. That's a whole nother game. What is this sport?
Yeah. What
Yeah.
is this Olympic
right.
sport?
Big Daddy Tucson, here's your next name. Porn star or Olympic star? Danny Daniels.
Olympic.
Olympic. That is incorrect. Oh, Danny Daniels is a porn star. Yes.
What's he known for?
That's a girl. Danny with an
Oh.
I.
Oh.
Yeah. See, tricked you. Okay, Powers. Next one. It's all tied up. You could take the lead if you answer this correctly. The name is Evan Bates.
Ooh, Master Bates. I'm gonna go with porn star.
Porn star is incorrect. Evan Bates is an Olympian figure skating
All
guy.
right.
You know, isn't this hard?
Yeah.
Like a lot of these Olympians have porn
is,
star names,
Yes.
right? It's impressive.
Evan Bates. I mean, that's his porn center.
Evan Bates.
Yeah,
Your last
come
name's
on.
Bates. I mean, how are you not in porn?
Right.
They will be. I mean, you don't get paid much to be in the Olympics. Okay, Big Daddy Tucson. It's all tied up. Porn star or
All right, let's do
Olympian? Mercedes Grabowski.
Olympic.
That is incorrect.
Oh my God, it's Mercedes. What are you thinking?
Mercedes Grabowski is an adult star. She's grabbing the Bagowski. All right, all tied up. See, this game is difficult. I hope you guys are playing along in the stream, in the comments. Yes, you are. Keep those comments coming. Let's see if you're smart enough to be able to guess these very quick in real time. All right, back to Powers. All tied up, trying to take the lead. I only have a few more names left. So tell me, porn star or Olympian, Bryce Bennett.
It's Bryce, not Brycey with an I. I'm going to go Olympian.
That is correct.
Boom!
Powers with the lead. He's an Olympian alpine skier.
Oh, I of course am a big alpine.
Bryce
skiing fan.
Bennett, double B. All right, back to you, Big Daddy Tucson. You need to get this right to tie up the game. The name is August Ames.
We're going to go with Olympic star.
That is incorrect, Big Daddy Tucson. August Ames is an adult. What do you think he's aiming? You know what he's aiming. Don't even say it. August Ames, A-M-E-S.
He's a skeet shooter.
Yes, skeet. Yes, you're absolutely right. Very good. Very good. So I would like to see him in the Olympics now. All right. Here we go. This one's back to Powers. Actually, I can't even get this back to Powers. I'm just going to throw this one away because I put on the list Riley Reid.
Oh, boom. There it is, Riley Reid.
Yeah. Jesus, the fact that you even know that means,
I gotta know one or two of these ladies. I'm very family friendly, but we're all humans, everyone. I'm using this for Exhibit B in the future when someone tries to come after me.
All right, scores 2-1. Powers in the lead, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, then I will do this. I got two more names here on the list. I'm going to go back to Big Daddy Tucson for your chance to tie, because if you don't tie Big Daddy Tucson, you lose this game. Okay, here we go. The name is Britney Bowie.
Porn star.
That's my guess. I would guess that. Oh, my.
Yes.
Does she shoot arrows or
Britney
something?
Bowie's Olympic speed skating person, skater.
Sure.
So, yeah, her sport is Olympic speed skating. And she's actually very good. You should enjoy her and watch her on the Olympics. So that means Powers, you won the ultimate game, porn star or Olympic star.
I'll take it.
The final name that I had on that list was Nathan Chen. Just for shits and giggles, what do you think?
Olympian.
Olympian is correct. He's a figure skater as well. Big Daddy Tucson, I appreciate you calling in and participating on the podcast broadcast, dude.
Hell yeah, always on.
Thank you guys, man. Have a good day.
All right, you too. We'll talk to you soon. All right, we're getting back on the air with the oldest pub. This story's crazy, so I'm gonna have to share that. And that was a very close game, so I like the excitement there, potential excitement. So we got about minute 43. So I will play a little bit of F My Life from today. Check it out.
Tired from your job?
I just get stupider.
It's fun being stupid. Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600 KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Rock 2.1 KFMA. Time for another round of your F My Lives. These are unfortunate situations emailed to me at beefvegan@kfma.com. Subject line FML. But of course, if you care to share your F My Life on the air, give me a call right now, 600 KFMA. That's 600-5362. And we'll weigh in on your F My Life situation. Powers, you ready for this first FML?
Oh, yeah.
All right, first one sent to me by Becky. She said, today, a little girl pointed to the acne on my face and said to her dad, "Look at how many mosquito bites she has on her face." F My Life. What do you say, Powers?
Yeah, that bites.
I see what you did there. Yes, definitely F My Life. That's right. It will clear up, Becky. Oh, you're 35? Yeah, well, just wait another 10 years or so. It will clear up. All right, next F My Life situation sent to me by Neil said, the other day I was looking through old childhood pictures from my father's funeral, and I found one of our old Christmas cards. I looked at it, and I noticed in the background are two dogs enjoying very spirited sex. Is that enough My Life for Neil, though?
No, that's a big baby. Put that on the internet. That's gold.
100%. Yeah, actually put it on your fridge, put it on the internet, put it everywhere. Blow it up into a poster. All right, that was a quick F My Life. We're going to get back on the air with this. Rock 102.1 KFMA, it's Beef Vegan Presents on the podcast broadcast. I've been teasing all podcasts long about the pandemic killing the world's oldest pub. It's in Britain, actually. Guess how old this pub is? It's been operating for how many years?
208 years.
208 years is not even close.
Really?
Yeah.
How old is it?
Well, if you would have said 229 years, you would have guessed correctly, but then add 1,000.
What?
Yeah, 1,229 years this pub has been in business. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, it's called the Ye Old Fighting Seawards, Roosters. I'll say it on the stream, but you know what I mean. All right, so that was the name of the place, and it even has like a big rooster statue in the front, and it opened in the year 793.
Really?
Yes, man. The UK is old as hell, and they've been drinking this whole time. Yeah. So it's crazy how a pub could be around that long, and it took a second pandemic, or actually,
maybe a third or fourth.
Well, they say this pandemic, and just like the one before, it's once every 100 years. So based on that, it took 12 pandemics for them to get shut down, but it just happened.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
Who wouldn't figure out a way to keep that place in business?
Right. You know, I mean, I'm sure if they grandfathered in their rent,
Why they're paying 1 shilling to Uncle Scrooge himself. It's true.
Exactly. You can't even scrape together a shilling. Oh, nobody pays in shillings anymore. That might be why. Well, that's the bad news. But you know, the owners say that they've been struggling for a while, so the pandemic didn't really do this on its own, but it definitely didn't help. But the good news is, rumor has it that someone else might buy it, and I hope they do, and I'm sure they will, because who wouldn't want to own the world's oldest pub?
Yeah.
I mean, that markets itself.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Come on.
Yeah. All right. So let's hit the reset real quick. I'll be back with your beef tip right after these words. Stick around.
I love my drop-ins.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Come on. I'm just like,
that's very nice. But no, I did like shillings because I was like, it was on the tip of my tongue. I'm like, what did they use?
a 6 pence.
Right. Pence or shillings. It was good. You nailed it.
Boom.
Mm-hmm. Like a carpenter.
That's right.
Oh, yes. Let's see. There was another clip I wanted to show, but I have to download. Oh, yes. This one, I'm upset I didn't have this uploaded yet. I have about 5 minutes. And it was about Euphoria.
All right.
Hey, Euphoria is a big deal.
Are you in the credits in that show for like publicist or some sort of show running?
All right, real quick survey. And I know that we don't have that many people watching live today, but how many of you have been watching the HBO show Euphoria? Just so like a hand up.
We've been
emoji.
talking about it for quite a while.
Not quite a while. I mean, yeah, it's been
like a month.
The
at
second
least a month.
Yeah, the season 2 just came out a month ago. So
Okay.
and it continues to be like buzzworthy content and good and trending, and people are talking about it. And I'm sure.
Hey, I'm not saying you're wrong.
No, I know.
I just watch comedies more than anything.
There's some funny moments in there.
I believe you.
Oh, it's drama though. It's a heavy drama.
Because again, I finished Murderville. I love comedies. I'll watch comedy all day. It's these dramas, man.
Okay, so Anthony says I watch Seinfeld and Frasier. Okay. Paige says I don't have HBO. So far I'm 0 for 2. Is anybody on this stream watched Euphoria? You know, remember I told you to Google Sydney Sweeney's boobs a while back because I'm an inappropriate man-child. It's not just for kids. There is a lesson in there somewhere. I'm the only person that I've heard speaking of it. Well, it's around there, Ron. It's actually very good. It's a crazy show, and it's not like a child or teen drama. It's not Dawson's Creek by any means. It's not. You go Scooby-Doo on me?
Yeah, that's the gang of kids I like to hang around, solving mysteries.
Look, you gotta think of it. It's like a movie. It's like a movie, and it's very good. And with that, I won't share this clip then because you guys give a shit less. I will recap it though, because the reason why it was relevant and why I brought it up is because the other week, DARE, the drug organization, right, or anti-drug organization, that failed miserably in the 90s to get us to resist drug abuse, said it's a public statement, and that caught everyone's attention because everyone's like, wait, DARE's still a thing? But apparently somebody's heading up the DARE headquarters. It's probably only one person employed, and his name is Officer Friendly, obviously. So Dare made a statement saying that Euphoria should be shamed because they're glamorizing drug use. And I immediately thought, like, what show are they watching? You know, because the show doesn't glamorize it by any means. If anything, it's a very sobering tale of the wrong that can happen when you abuse drugs. It's very scary and very realistic in a lot of ways. So for whatever reason, Dare still had a problem with it. And in this last episode, literally showed Zendaya's character. And people know who Zendaya is because she's one of the biggest Hollywood stars at the moment and currently co-starring in the biggest film of the last 4 years, Spider-Man.
Oh, I thought you meant Dune.
Very funny. So that show showed like a rock bottom moment in her character, and it was very entertaining and difficult to watch at the same time. And whenever someone can pull that off, as far as a program's concerned or a movie, and keep you engaged in something that is really uncomfortable to watch, deserves a round of applause. It is very difficult to pull off. And Sam Levinstein Jr., I think, or whatever his name is, Barry Levinstein's kid, is a producer, and he wrote these episodes. He did an excellent job on this entire series. So whether you're 50 or you're 15, you probably shouldn't watch it if you're 15, but you will, because I mean, come on. It's a great show. And with that, I've been thoroughly entertained. And Zendaya spoke back towards Dare, the organization, said, hey, if you have a problem with us and you're saying you're glamorizing the show, you're obviously not watching the show. Right. So I dare you to go fuck off.
Ooh, did she say that?
No, I'm just ad-libbing.
I wish she did dare them to something. That'd be good.
Hell yeah. But yeah, so that's why I talk about it and I watch it and I enjoy it. I also watch Peacemaker. And I watch a lot of shows.
Play a lot of video games.
Apparently
sit
nobody
around doing a lot of that. Yeah.
No, I'm not doing too many video games. God, what are you talking about? I'm not upset. I'm just saying.
You just seem it.
You just. All right, we got 35 seconds, Wheezy. This guy sounds like he smokes a pack a day. I swear to God, he doesn't. When he laughs, he's like my grandfather.
Like I said, I laugh like a grandpa.
Yeah.
So
rest his soul. I'm not even religious, but I'm just like, hey, grandpa. Love you, man. All right, so we have a new hack, and I want you to listen up to this hack because this beef tip will help you lose weight. I know you're like, hey, I wish I could lose a couple LBs on this gut.
It's the guts.
I got you. Okay, so that's what we're doing next.
Or on motorcycle insurance.
Rock 102.1. Now back to Beef Vegan Presents.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's time for your beef tip before we head out the door. And the beef tip today, it will teach you how to lose weight. And all you have to do is sleep. Do I have your attention yet, Powers?
Yes. Yeah. You can look on the stream. I looked right at you.
Yes. So according to a new study, you can lose weight by sleeping. You just need to sleep more. Researchers tracked how many hours people slept a night and compared it to what they ate. And when people got a full 8 hours of sleep, they consumed 270 fewer calories a day, right? And for some people, it was 500 calories less. And that adds up a lot, by the way, if you make it a habit. So if you slept 8 hours a day, they say cutting that many calories could help you lose 26 pounds in 3 years or about 9 pounds a year. So if you're looking to lose weight, just make sure you sleep 8.
Print the t-shirt, stitch it on a pillow.
All right, that's all the time we have for today. Tomorrow morning, we'll have Spears in studio. Continue to give away tickets for Ghosts and Volbeat and debut our brand new game, Tap Out. Make sure you tune in for that. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll miss you.
Soon will come an end to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.